relaxing. How you doing, conquistadors? What's going on? It's Scotty, the Chunky Spaniard. Welcome back to Round Like Me. I am just pretending I'm on the beach in my living room because, well, it's like 100 and something degrees outside. I got my beach umbrella up behind me. It's probably bad luck. I'm sitting in a beach chair. I even got my sunscreen right here, ready to go. All just props, because I'm indoors. But, welcome back for another Yeah Nope. Okay, this one is a Yeah Nope for beach etiquette. Yeah, it's going to be a really exciting one. Okay. My wife and I, just got back from Santa Cruz, California, where we were celebrating our 14-year wedding anniversary. And it was a great trip. Love going to Santa Cruz. It's a funky little town if you've ever been there. It's really interesting. The driving is so intense, not because the people that drive there are intense, but because there are so many random crosswalks for pedestrians. They're not like your usual crosswalks that are at stoplights. They're just like in the middle, and all of a sudden, and people just walk out. And you're driving and you're cruising along listening to some 90s music because every radio station there is a fan of The Offspring and Sublime and Jimmy Eat World, which I'm not complaining because all of a sudden I'm on a Jimmy Eat World kick because Sweetness was on and that song's like from 2000, 2001, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to live here. The tunes are amazing. But Santa Cruz is definitely interesting. If you ever get a chance to go. They have a rad like surfing museum. You do need a full wetsuit. Water is cold if you're going to go surf there. But it is a great spot. But while we were there, I mean, sometimes life just, tosses up a nice one and you can just like crack that one over the fence. Ashley and I are sitting on the beach. We're hanging out, we're enjoying our time. We went down to Seabright Beach, and it's right off the boardwalk. It's not at the boardwalk, it's just past the boardwalk, just a little south of the boardwalk. So we're at the beach, and we picked out our spot. There was a group of children there from a school. They're on a field trip, and so we had moved a little farther from them, and no one was really around. It was beautiful. Wind was blowing, weather was perfect. I had my new book that I got for Father's Day about Steph Curry. I would recommend reading it. Just reading the intro gave me chills. Yeah, got a little teary-eyed and got chills. Marcus Thompson II, you can follow him on Twitter, but he's the author of this. It's Golden, The Miraculous Rise of Steph Curry. Oh, so good, so good. But we're sitting there, I'm enjoying reading my book, reminiscing about the Golden State Warriors of old, and all of a sudden we see this couple come up, sit kind of behind us, just over here, and not a big deal. Lots of people on the beach. It's public property. I mean, like, you can go wherever you want, as long as you're like not the Impractical Jokers and you're trying to sit on my towel. But we're sitting there, and all of a sudden we start hearing music. And not just like, little tunes like softly. They had brought their Bluetooth speaker and were promptly blasting a playlist of every current hip-hop tune or every current hip-hop tune non-edited. Meaning profanity, everything else that you can talk about, your bees and hoes, your gardening equipment, okay? Because we know how much lovers. You know how much rappers love to garden. I mean, that's why they're always talking about hoes, right? That's how you get weeds out of the garden. But we kind of look at each other like, really? Hoping they might turn it down. No, they turn it up. Remember, there are families around. There is something to beach etiquette, just being out in public and etiquette. You wouldn't go into Barnes & Noble, back to the children's section, and just start dropping F-bombs like crazy. Now, maybe you would, but if you are, you jerk face, okay? So they're just blasting this music, and we're just like, are you serious? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just, oh. I'm like Aaron Judge or Mike Trout, ready to hit a home run with this one. So I bust out my Yoda notebook. It's my notebook of ideas. And I just start writing. And this is a perfect yeah, nope opportunity. So yeah, nope for beach etiquette. So not only that, so they start blasting the music, right? Music's blasting. It's every song. I mean, songs I've even reacted to on Fine Brothers channel. So Bad and Bougie was there by Migos. Okay. I'm like, oh, I recognize this one. Still not a fan, but okay. So then, okay, you kind of try and give, there are certain little cues that you give people, like nonverbal cues, like, hey, music's a little too loud. So you kind of just give them a glance over, kind of give the look, right? Hoping that they might see that other people are like, maybe a little too loud. So you turn it down. That's what common sense would say. That's what etiquette would say. You turn it down. You talking too loud in a restaurant, you see a lot of people looking at you, you might want to turn your voice down, right? Not saying you can't talk, not saying you can't play music at the beach. Just play your music for you, not for the entire beach, because no one wants to hear all your music. Chris D'Elia did a whole thing on this about guys bringing their little like radios to the gym and playing their music for everyone in the gym. Gym already has music when you go to the gym, right? It's usually something like techno, and like you need glow sticks and everything else, like strobe lights and all that, but then people would bite it on the treadmill, which would be kind of funny. But you can play music, you can talk, you can do all these kinds of things in public. It's a public space, but also be considerate of those around you. So I give the look to kind of like signal, hey, music might be a little too loud. And I'm not even giving the look. I'm just, looking around. Who's that? Oh, hi. Not the, what are you doing? I'm not giving the rock eyebrow. I was doing this eyebrow before the rock was, but the rock probably does it much better, you know? But my students know the eyebrow. Ever since 2000, when I first started teaching, the students have gotten the eyebrow. They know the eyebrow, okay? And I didn't give that look. I just gave the look like, oh, a new visitor to the beach. Who's that? But to my dismay, they weren't even available to recognize the look of, oh, hi, welcome. Keep your music down. No. They weren't even able to see because they were all over each other. And not just like, oh, I love you, babe. None of that. No. She is on top of him. He's laying on the ground. She's on top. So gross. So gross. Right? In public. Don't mind PDA as long as it's within certain boundaries. Again, kids are around. Music is still loud. Few minutes go by. Felt like half hour, probably was like 3. And so I give a look again. Not that look, but that's the look I had when I turned back around. I look at Ashley, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Now they are interlocked, laying on their sides, interlocked on the beach, like legs folding into legs all together. You know, like when it's not just the handhold, but you know the meaningful handhold, like when you're dating in like high school and junior high, and like you do the interlocking fingers. That's legit. That's the real hand. That's like, you're my girl. Okay? They were like, not just you're my girl, okay, or you're my guy. This was like, hey, let's make a baby on the beach. They were completely intertwined. It was horrible. Now, people might get mad, say, oh, you're shaming them. Yeah, I am, because you're on the beach in a public space and looks like you're making babies. Don't make babies on the beach, especially with kids around, other kids and families and children and everybody else. Not to mention the junior high girls that were trying to be Instagram models, taking pictures of each other from behind out towards the water. Oh my gosh, you know exactly what you're doing. You're trying to get more likes, but you're like 13. No. No, 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 no. Do parents know you have Instagram? They paying attention to it. Okay? Some people will be like, but that's like, you're just such a conservative parent. I want my children to be respectable. I want my children, my parents, I want my children to be humble, to be modest. I do. Because I know what kind of creeps are out there. I know what kind of people are lurking on the internets. It's not good all the time. Okay? I mean, like, have you seen John Quinones on What Would You Do? Situations like that all the time. Okay? This is like a what would you do moment. Okay? I'm shocked John Quinones didn't come out on the beach and go like, so, why didn't you say anything to that couple that was making children on the beach? Hi, I'm John Quinones, and you're on What Would You Do? Right? I would have been like, John, I gave the look. I gave couple looks. They weren't having it. They couldn't even make eye contact because she had probably sucked his eyes out through his mouth because they were sucking face so much and they were so intertwined. I mean, they became this new entity and it was bad. Make me want to stutter. Bad. Okay? Oh. So, yeah, nope to beach etiquette. Please, 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 keep it within reason. It's okay to love someone. It's okay to play music. But no one else wants to hear your music. No one else wants to see you making babies. Okay? So, yeah, nope, on the beach. Keep it to yourself. Get a room. Okay? Thanks for watching this episode of Round Like Me. Another yeah, nope on beach etiquette. And I feel like Guy Fieri. I've watched too much Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Ah! I just need to bleach my hair. I do have a picture of that somewhere. I let my students... Oh, quick story. First year of teaching 3rd grade. All fired up. Young teachers are always fired up about stuff. We're doing a fundraiser, and I tell my class, hey, you guys raise the most money, I'll let you bleach my hair and color it whatever you want. Usually kindergartners are the ones that always win these things because they don't actually sell, their parents sell to other parents at their job place and that kind of stuff. So kindergartners, 1st graders, those are the grade levels that usually win these fundraisers at schools. 3rd graders, not so much. So I was thinking, there's no way. Well, they won. My class won. So last couple weeks of school, I bought the bleaching kit. I had the little plastic thing to put in my hair afterwards, so we bleached it. I left it on for way too long. I went to the office. One of our secretaries was a former hairdresser, and I'm like, my head really hurts. She's like, how long has this been on? I'm like, an hour or two. She's like, oh my gosh, you're burning your scalp and my ears. I had burned the tops of my ears. And so I had to wash it out immediately. Next came the great stage of the kids getting to color my hair later that day. So we got the little plastic cap. We started pulling hair through. One of my students, Jacob, this little baseball player, he's like, oh, I've done this tons of times. Let me help you, Mr. Laros. There's this little hook thing that they run through the plastic and they pull your hair out. It feels like they're ripping your hair out. And at the time I had way more hair and it hurt so bad. And so they got to dye it. They got to pick the colors and they picked blue and green. So blue and green, but then when 3rd graders dye your hair, all of a sudden it starts seeping down. I look like a giant snow cone. It was really, really bad. Like shaved ice, just melted color all the way down. So then after, that was out of dress code, so I had to get that changed the following weekend. So I had to go get the whole thing just bleached again. It was horrible. I'll try and find some pictures and post those to this video because that would be hilarious. Gosh, I don't even know where that... Oh, Guy Fieri. I'm like, we'll be looking out for you next time on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks for always coming back. I appreciate your support on everything that we do here on this channel. This has been another Yeah Nope on beach etiquette. This time with Scotty, the Chunky Spaniard. And remember, conquistadors, be a better person tomorrow than you were today. And I'll see you next time for a When Things Were Simpler Wednesday. Take care. Bye.